I'm an 18-year-old powerlifter with regional all-time records, and I'm going to show you the exact reason why you're not getting stronger. But before I can even tell you this reason, there are two mistakes that you need to make sure you avoid. Knowing these are what allowed me to hit a 100 kg bench by age 16 and a 260 kg deadlift by age 18. So let's go. I bet we've all seen someone in the gym trying to hit a weight that they clearly weren't ready for. They clearly were not ready to hit. And you may even be a culprit of this. Listen, if I'm being honest, I used to do this all the time. Try guess what it is that I was doing wrong that was stopping me from hitting my PR, from getting stronger. Because the instant I stopped doing this, my strength started to explode off the charts. The reason is because I was ego lifting. So look at your previous training and admit whether or not this resonates with you. Are you someone that throws away programming, safety, form out the window just to hit a new deadlift PR? Listen, there's nothing wrong in admitting if you are an ego lifter. The biggest problem, the biggest mistake you can make is to continue to be an ego lifter without admitting it in your head. But if this doesn't apply to you, if you're not an ego lifter and what I've just said doesn't resonate with you, then you're good to go. Unless you fall victim to the next mistake that people always make. Let me tell you a story that I hear every single day. Someone asks me, Emeka, how come I'm not getting stronger? How come I keep failing this bench PR, this deadlift PR, this squat PR, whatever exercise you want to get stronger on? And I ask, well, how did you prepare for it? Did you have a plan? And that question always leaves people blank. Listen, how on God's green earth do you think you're going to get stronger, build any strength, if you attempted a PR for the past 4 days in a row? You can't do that. People do this all the time. I see people failing a PR, failing a bench PR. 2 weeks later, they go and try again. A week later, a few days later, the next day. It happens all way too often. And can you figure out what's wrong with this approach? You need to have a plan to go along with your strength goals. And this includes giving yourself a date for your PR attempts, planning in advance, 4 weeks in advance, 2 weeks in advance, letting yourself know way before you hit the PR, a whole plan. So that way, as the days go on, you can train. You got a goal to work towards. You know how I always say goals. You need a goal to work towards. That way, as you approach the day, the deadline, the PR day, you start to implement different techniques. For example, as you get closer to the day, you take those last 2-3 days off gym. Allow yourself to rest, get some extra recovery, so that way on the day, you're primed for optimal performance. You've got this energy, as well as also having that mental side of things where you're ready, you're mentally ready. You've been looking forward to this day for 4 weeks. And I don't know about you, but doing this for me makes PRs so much more fun. And be honest with me, as a matter of fact, be honest with yourself. Do you do this? Do you give yourself a plan for every PR attempt? Or do you just go into the gym one day and say, oh fuck it, let's just hit a PR? Now, if you don't relate to anything I've said so far, then congratulations, you're doing well. However, I can almost guarantee you that this next reason is the reason why you're not able to lift some heavy ass weight. I want you to think about it this way. When Messi, the best football player in the world, was training for the World Cup, was he doing basketball drills? You're a smart individual. You know the answer. So similarly, why are you training like a bodybuilder for this exercise that you want to get stronger on? Building strength and building muscle are completely different skills. That's why powerlifters look so different than bodybuilders. You can probably see where I'm going with this. Can you now guess what's stopping you from getting strong? The actual reason why you're not getting stronger is because you're not training specifically for strength for this exercise that you want to get stronger at. Now, don't get me wrong, you can build muscle and strength at the same time when you're a beginner. But if you're watching this video, I'm guessing things ain't working too well. So if your current goal is to increase strength, then you train for strength. And how do you do that? Well, let me give you a quick game plan. First of all, you train with higher weights, heavier weights, right? You get closer to your 1 rep max. As well as also, second, training in lower rep zones. Reduce the rep zones. Don't train 6, 8, 10, 12 reps, for example, on squat, if you're trying to increase your 1 rep max for your squat, right? And then 3, you take longer rest periods. When you're training with heavier weights, you can't just jump into the next set, heavy set, 30 seconds after, 1 minute after. you need to give your body some extra time to rest, because these heavy weights are really taxing on your central nervous system and just your muscles and your body in general. Now, those are the things that you need to do to gain strength. But most importantly, I would argue you need a strength-based training program. Doesn't have to be for all of your exercises if you wanna build muscle and strength at the same time. But if you want to build strength in just this specific exercise, whatever it is you've got in your mind, bench, deadlift, rows, whatever it is, then you need a strength-based program. And there are many free programs out there. I'm gonna leave some for you in the description. So that way you can adapt that training style to the specific exercises that you want to get stronger at. And that is the number one way to increase your strength. Rewind to the start if you didn't quite catch that. Because listen, the second I started training this way, my bench, squat, deadlift numbers blew up. From 80 kg bench to 130 kg, from a 150 kg squat to a 225 kg squat, from a 190 kg deadlift to a 260 kg deadlift. Listen, you get the point. That's what I did to get so much stronger in no time. And now you know what to do to also increase your strength. But do you remember what I said earlier about building muscle and strength at the same time? For that, you're gonna need a power building program. And there are so many influencers nowadays selling these online, but most of them don't even work. Trust me, I tried them. But don't worry, instead of me selling you this program that gave me all the strength, watch this video on the screen where I'll reveal it to you for free.